Hi all, I am Dr. D. Rajshekhar, Professor, Ahmed Business School, Ahmed University. I am handling the subject Business Accounting for the first year BBA students, and based on the syllabus, the first unit Business Accounting, Introduction to Business Accounting, which we are going to discuss today with some few practical examples. Now, the accounting means the recording of the financial transactions. The recording of financial transactions, before that, which we are going to need to discuss about, there are three types of accounting. One is financial accounting, another one is cost accounting, and another one is management accounting. But the introduction to accounting based on the overall concept which we are going to discuss on financial accounting. So, before let you want to understood what is the meaning for the financial accounting. There are some accounting processes there. First, you have to start with the transactions, journal, ledger, trial balance. From the trial balance, the final accounts, the trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So, these process which we are going to discuss with the help of few practical examples. Now, the financial transactions. For that, there are three types of golden rules of accounting is there. The first one is personal account, the second one is real account, and the third one is nominal account. Personal account, which talks about debit the receiver, credit the giver. But before the debit the receiver or credit the giver, let you need to understood what is the meaning for debit as well as credit. The second one is a real account. A real account, again debit what comes in, for credit what goes out. So, even in the real account, the second principle, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. The third one is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So, any person want to familiar with the accounting, they should know the basic principles or basic concept of these three types of accounting. Now, there is an example. Mickey starts a textile business. Let us help him with accounting, what which we have discussed with the examples, but the accounting I told there are various types. The financial accounting, which we are dealing with the external uses of accounting information, whereas the examples of external information is investors, creditors, customers, and taxing authorities. The creditors means the people those who are giving the money, and debtors means the people those who are receiving the money. So, here the investors are investing the money from outside, creditors are giving the money from outside, and customers those who are dealing with the business, but they are coming from outside, and taxing authorities. So, these are the examples which may come under the external uses of accounting information under the financial accounting. Next one is managerial accounting. The managerial means the management. In the management itself, specifically they are given internal uses of accounting, whereas management and employees. For example, to take some decision making, the planning and execution of decision making, which is most important with the help of management and employees to execute that decision making. Which one is most important here means management accounting. Now, financial accounting external uses already which we have discussed with the previous slide, but these people only called as per the company's based off view the stakeholders. There are two types of stakeholders, internal stakeholders as well as external stakeholders. Same thing what which we have discussed here, external use of information as well as internal use of information. These peoples only can be called as or termed as stakeholders. Now, even for financial accounting, the internal users are here owners, managers as well as employees. So, these people need to be interact within the organization. The above slide, the investors, creditors, regulators, customers and competitors, or even the previous slide which shows about the external users, how far which is important for the business in taking the decision making with the help of financial accounting. It is a process of accounting. So, first one, the practically how you have to do your accounting in the business. As such, I told financial accounting two types, one is internal, another one is external. So, first what they have to do? They have to collect and analyze the documents which is pertaining to your accounting package. So, first one need to collect, after collecting they have to analyze the documents. So, how to collect and how to analyze the documents only which we are going to discuss in practical with the help of transactions. Each and every day today's life of each and every person, if you take it from morning till the evening, they are engaging with the transactions. For example, X person want to get into the bus, immediately let you want to buy the ticket. Even here the person who bought the ticket which comes under one of the transactions. So, each and every transactions need to be recorded, can be called as accounting. So, once if you collect and analyze the document, next one these transactions only you have to post it in form of journal. Once you have posted in the journal, then the third process is ledger account. You have to do the ledger account, and after doing the ledger account you have to do the trial balance. The meaning of trial balance is called as both debit as well as credit should be equal. So, from the trial balance only you have to adjustment, there are few entries which may come, for that again you have to adjust the trial balance. After adjust the trial balance, let you have to find out the financial statement, nothing but can be called as balance sheet. From the financial statement at the end you have to close, and post closing of trial balance means both debit and credit. After calculating the adjustment entries at the end, it should shows that whether the company is getting profit or equal, or there may not be any further borrowings towards the company. All these type of things in practical which will be very easily can comes to understood. For that purpose, the initial stage of process of accounting which is most important for each and every person, those who are engaging in doing the business in the company. Now, for example, Mickey decides to start a business. For you to understand very easily, I have mentioned out two important persons, Mickey as well as Donald, very easily can able to understood. For that they have started a business with he has rupees 5 lakh with him. He takes a loan for another rupees 5 lakh from the bank. So, these are called as transactions. First he has started a business, decide to start. After deciding it, let yes having the amount of capital only 5 lakh rupees with him, but that which may not be sufficient for him. Now, again the second step, let he need to borrow a loan from the bank another rupees 5 lakh to start his business. Now, the third point, he need to get the permission from the government. As you all know, to start any person, to start the business by any person, they may have some formalities. He need to buy a shop and buys the necessary furniture, gets electricity connection and employs workers. As we have discussed, the first is having some amount of capital, again he need to borrow some amount of money from the bank, and not only that, he want to buy a shop and necessary furniture, electricity and employs workers. Each and everything that can be decided as transactions. Now, his business involves the following activities: buying clothes, but here the buying clothes, Donald a wholesaler person who having the contract with the Mickey, and the second one is packing it using, they need to pack those clothes, for that machine is required, and selling packed clothes to retailers, for that they may have some amount need to be invest, for that advertisement need to be provided, or the certain things, some amount of investment which may be required in form of expenses to promote their activity towards the market. Now you have decided X person want to start a business, what are all the few important points he need to invest, or else again he need to have a transaction with the other person, which you have discussed with the previous slides with the examples. Now the maximum number of students may have the doubt about the current assets as well as the current liabilities as well as the bad debts as well as the net assets. So here through this slide I want to give some few differences among these, the current assets and current liabilities. Current assets means assets which can be converted within a year is called as current assets. So, whatever the assets if you are going to convert, for example, which I have given the examples here, the cash, bills receivable or short term investments, inventory means stock, and prepaid expenses. The meaning of prepaid expenses, the paid in advance, the amount which you have paid already called as prepaid expenses, and stock and debtors. So, these are the examples which can come under current assets, where you are going to convert your cash within a year is called as current assets. Second one is current liabilities, where liabilities to be paid within a year, that you have to make the payment to the others is called as liabilities. Same thing within a year is called as current liabilities. Examples creditors and bills payable, outstanding expenses and bank overdraft. All these examples which may come under the current liability. So, these current assets, current liabilities, which is most important, need to be present in the balance sheet. And the next one is turnover, the total trading income from cash sales and credit sales, where you are going to receive the total amount through the sales is called as turnover. And for total sales, the meaning of total sales, which includes both cash sales plus credit sales only. And net assets means the difference between the assets as well as liabilities, the assets minus liabilities, which can be called as net assets. And the bad debts, the meaning of bad debts is called as amount not yet recovered. I have given some amount of money to the other party, where he has paid the only 500 instead of 1000 rupees. The amount which need to recover, the balance amount, can be termed as bad debts. At the end, the balance sheet is also called as financial statement or the financial position of company, which we can able to decide whether the company has got profit or loss in balancing of both assets and liabilities. With these assets and liabilities only, you can decide by yourself whether the financial position of a company is weak or strong. So, these are the basic definitions which need to know by each and every student dealing with the accounting package, where may be theoretical or else may be in practical way. Now, this which I have given already an example, the Mickey is having amount of rupees 5 lakh in his hand, called as cash in hand, and balance 5 amount he need to borrow the loan from the bank. So, loan from bank, where he want to buy a building to start his business, called as building, and he want to buy some furniture and to start to promote his business by machinery. And not only that, the repairs to building, furniture, machinery, also amount of expenses need to be spent as and when required for the business, and the electricity bill. So, these are the expenses as well as the investment dealing with the Mickey, where he started the business, and these are the transactions. Now, as per the accounting process, once the transactions which you have finalized, how these transactions which you are going to enter with the journal entries. Now, the first point is, although he is the person who acting as a owner, but at the same time when he is going to invest some amount of capital, the owner which is totally separated from the business. So, the business, the amount which is going to invest, once if it is going to come inside into the business, the ownership is separate and business is separate, can be called as a separate legal entity. Business is totally separated from the owners. And the second point is, a person who is going to invest some amount of money can be called as capital, but at the same time the same person is going to withdraw some amount of money from the business, can be called as drawings. But at the same time, again, if he is going to use such amount of money, one want to withdraw not for official purpose, only for personal use, means at that time it cannot be termed as drawings, it can be called as personal drawings. So, you have to identify from the transaction itself whether the person who wants to withdraw maybe is personal use or for official use. For that, let you have to decide by reading the transactions, then only you have to use the entry whether personal or official drawings can be used for that particular transaction. Now, the various types of accounts which we are going to discuss, already I told personal account, real account, nominal account. With these three, personal account, real account, nominal account only, which we are going to discuss now. But specifically the real account, it is an intangible and tangible. The tangible assets means where assets cannot seen and touch. For example, goodwill, it is a reputation of company we cannot see and touch. So, these are examples which may come under a real account. Now, the personal account and nominal account also, which we are going to discuss with the other examples. Now, the expenses where repairs or paying some amount of money can be called as the expenses. Losses means discount allowed, it can be called as loss. For example, I borrowed some amount of money from Y, but after borrowing the money, but if the party one is saying that the making the payment within a short span of time, if I am going to settle this much amount of money to him, in that cases two transactions may be happen. If the Y party want to borrow the money from me and I am allowing the discount to him, in my point of view it is a expenses. But at the same time, if I borrowed the money, others point of view, if they are going to allow the discount, now I may receive the discount. So, in my point of view, discount received as well as discount allowed may come, which depend upon mutual transactions which may be happen between the parties, which this cannot be understood with the theoretical. There are few practical explanations are there, very easily can able to understood what is the meaning of discount allowed as well as the what is the meaning for discount received. And the next one is gain. Gain means, as such I told, in discount received it is an income. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gain, which may come under nominal account. So, whatever expenses and losses, if you are going to allow the discount to someone else, you just make the payment today, instead of 1000 rupees pay 500, 500 you are allowing the discount to the other person, can be called as loss. But at the same time, other person giving the discount to you, in such cases you are receiving the discount from him. So, this discount received may come under gain, discount allowed may come under loss. Now, these three already with the explanation which you have discussed, personal account, real account and nominal account, and these are the three things are the golden rules of accounting, which is basic for each and every person yet to know, those who are engaging with the transaction activities towards the accounting. Personal account consists of the following: receiving the money or giving the money. So, already which I have discussed, the personal account means debit the receiver as well as credit the giver. So, the person who giving the money is called as creditors, the person who receiving the money is called as debtors. Now, gives money to the business as loan, bank is giving the money to the business as loan, then in such cases can be termed called as creditors. So, any person those who are giving the money to the business, it can be called as creditors, and the business who receiving the money is called as debtors. So, bank or name of the person or name of the any other institutions or name of the trust, whatever may be, then it can come under the personal account. Personal account means it is dealing with the individual person's name is called as personal account. As such I told, the personal account related to individuals, firms and competitors. And what are all the examples related to individuals, firms and competitors means? Now, the debtors, the meaning of debtors, those who the person those who are receiving the money. The meaning of debtors, the person who giving the money. And bank, outstanding means amount still not yet paid is called as outstanding expenses. Amount paid in advance is called as prepaid expenses. And the last one is capital and drawings. The capital means the person who invested some amount of money in the business is called as capital. The person who is going to withdraw the some amount of money, maybe for personal use or maybe for official use, is called as drawings. But specifically let you have to identify it may come under what type of drawings it is. These are the things which coming under the personal account. So, first when you are going to analyze with the help of any transactions, you need to know whether it may come under personal account, real account, nominal account before if you are going to post the transaction into the journal entry, or the next one is ledger. So, any transaction first let have to identify the personal account with the help of three, the individuals, firms or competitors, with the examples of debtors, creditors, banks, capital drawings. Now, the next one is even in the personal account, natural personal account, artificial personal account. Natural personal account means name of the person. So, any name of the individual person if they are given, then you have to identify it may come under natural personal account. And the second one is artificial personal account. As such, I told the personal account which comes under three, one is individual, second one is firms and competitors. But for firms, I have listed out few examples, the private companies or the clubs, schools, LLP is nothing but limited liability partnership. These are the examples of any companies which need to be identified under which heading means artificial personal account. Third one is representative personal account. Representative personal account means advanced paid to an employee. It is a representative personal account. Wages are paid in advance, which I have told many times, prepaid expenses. So, these prepaid expenses which can be termed as representative personal account may be paid directly or indirectly to a certain person. So, these three headings with the examples what you have discussed which need to come under personal account. So, in the golden rules of accounting till now which you have discussed, the first heading of personal account only. Next one is the real account. Real account means debit what comes in, credit what goes out. For example, buying a TV. So, TV comes in, when you want to buy a TV, the TV may comes in called as debit what comes in, what goes out, cash. So, these two transactions only can be called as a real account. Real account means what we can see and touch, what we cannot see and touch. All the intangible assets, example which we have already discussed, the tangible means what we can see and touch. Intangible means what we cannot see and touch. Example, goodwill which can come under intangible assets. So, all these examples which may come under what type of account means only under the head of real accounts. Again debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Buying and selling of any transactions which need to come under real account only. Now, for the real account what we can see and touch. So, the table we can see and touch, it is a real account. The machinery where we can see and touch, it is a real account. Building where we can see and touch, it is a real account. So, building, machinery, stock, land where we can see and touch, it can be termed as real account, but what type of real account means tangible real accounts. So, whatever the physical assets where we can see and touch can be termed as the tangible real accounts. Intangible real accounts where you cannot touch and felt physically called as intangible. Example, goodwill, patent, trademark. The goodwill means it is a reputation which you all know very well, but what is the meaning of patent? What purpose this patent which will be used means for any new invention or new technology process where can patent. To get this patent also which may come under intangible. And trademark for any goods, for example, the promotion of Coke, these type of goods at the end in the bottle it may mention the trademark registered. Okay. So, there are few even for the goods, the consumable goods and all, that trademark registered will be there. So, trademark registered and patents they combinedly can be called as intellectual property rights. Another one also which can be termed as copyrights. For the books as well as serials and movies, they need to get this type of certifications. So, the patent, copyright, trademark also can be termed as intellectual property rights where we cannot able to touch and feel physically same which may come under real account, but what type of real account means it can be called as intangible real accounts. So, first one which we have discussed about the personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver, and with that natural accounting and artificial, and the third one is representative accounting, the individuals, firms and competitors which we have discussed. Second one is real account, what comes in, what goes out with the help of two. One is real tangible accounts, another one is real intangible accounts. The tangible accounts means what we can see and touch, intangible what we cannot see and touch, with the example of, with the few examples which are given the clear explanation about what are all the examples can be come under the real account. So, if any transaction if they are given, let you have to identify from that transaction, it may be come under maybe trading, maybe personal account or a real account. So, based on each and every transaction the students need to identify these two heads. The third one is nominal accounting. The meaning of nominal accounting already which I have written on the board: debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Expenses and losses also with the example which you have discussed. Now, here also again I have given the example: repairs to building, furniture, machinery, salary to employees can be called as expenses and losses. Incomes and gains: discount received, interest received, commission received, any received items can be called as incomes and gains. So, here the nominal account also from the transaction itself, let you have to identify any expenses, example which I given: repairs to building or the furniture or the machinery or the discount allowed can be called as debit all expense and losses. Any received items, interest received, commission received and all, let you have to identify it by yourself. Credit, it can be called as credit all incomes and gains. Now, the third one, nominal account also which we have discussed. With these three types of accounting itself, if any transaction if it is going to took place, let you have to identify it, it may come under personal account, real account or nominal account. Now, with these three types of accounting, I have given one example regarding related with the transaction. On 1st Jan 2015, Mickey invested 5 lakhs in the business. 5 lakhs in the business means he is the owner, one who contribute towards the business. The amount which any person is going to contribute towards the business is called as capital. So, once he has contributed the amount of capital towards the business can be called as personal account. Now, from the transaction itself you have to identify cash which come under real account. The reason is where the cash you can see and touch, real account. Okay, but at the same time a person one is going to invest the amount into the business, the debit what comes in, cash is going to come inside into the business, and the person who giving the money is called as credit the giver. So, two accounting which is presented here, one is personal account, credit the giver, another one is real account, debit what comes in. For example, X is a business, Y is a owner. Now, the person who invested into the X company 5 lakh amount, the amount which is going to come inside into the company. Now, the amount is called as 5 lakh amount is called as cash. This cash already will let you have termed as what type of account? A real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So, the cash is coming inside into the business. The cash is coming inside into the business, hence this cash amount rupees 5 lakh is called as debit under the rule debit what comes in, under the rule debit what comes in, example cash which is coming inside into the business. Credit the giver, another example is person, any name of the person which can come under what type of account? Personal account. So, any name of the person means immediately you need to identify it with the entry debit the receiver, credit the giver. Even he is the owner, owner is totally separated from the business. Now, Y person who is going to give the money towards the business. Now, Y can be called as creditor, credit the giver, the person who giving the money. So, once you have identified the transaction itself, the transaction, so cash account, real account, debit what comes in, capital, personal account, credit the giver. Now, we have to apply the entries in the journal, the cash account debtor to capital account. So, which one is debit here? Cash account is debit, cash account debtor to which one is credit? Capital account is credit. So, cash account already which you have identified, which come under real account, and capital, whose capital it is? For example, Y's capital. So, Y's capital account, Y is what is doing? Credit the giver. So, he is giving the money. So, LF means ledger folio, and debit, even in the debit column you have to enter 5 lakhs, even in the credit column let you have to enter the amount of 5 lakhs. The reason is cash is coming inside, debit what comes in, the person who giving the money, even in the credit column you have to enter 5 lakhs. So, both debit personal account and the another one is real account is most important. So, as per this particular transaction, we have discussed two types of accounting, how to identify the different types of accounting from the same transaction. One is personal account and another one is real account, but one more account we need to discuss, which we are going to discuss now. The next one is nominal account. From the previous slide, I think you comes to understand any transactions how to divide it into personal account and real account. Same with the another transactions, how let you have to identify the real account and nominal account. For example, repairs for machinery and cash. So, when repairs for machinery and cash, repairs machinery cash, repairs machinery always which can come under what type of account? Nominal account. The meaning is repairs means expenses and losses. So, the repair machinery expense and losses means which come under what type of account? Nominal account and debit. Why it is debit? Means debit as per the explanation, nominal account means debit all expense and losses, credit all incomes and gains, but for this transaction which we have discussed only the expenses. So, when you want to spend some amount of money towards the machinery, you have to pay the cash. So, this can be called as debit, expenses and losses. Cash is real account. Now, what is the rule for real account? Means debit what comes in, credit what goes out. But when you are going to spend some amount of money for machinery, the cash is not coming inside, the cash is going outside. So, as per the term for real account, credit what goes out. Goes out means the cash is going outside. So, this cash which can be termed as credit. Now, very easily from this transaction you can identify the repairs machinery which come under debit and cash which come under credit. Now, how to write the entry? Now, repairs for machinery account to cash account. As here I have represented with the PowerPoint presentation, repairs for machinery amount is 500, cash also 500. So, with this in the today's class which we have discussed about the contents, what is the meaning for accounting, the financial accounting and as well as the managerial accounting, who are all the internal users, who are all the external users, and current assets, current liabilities, net assets and bad debts, and what is the meaning for debtors and creditors. These are the basic points which you have discussed. Again, I have started with the golden rules of accounting. Personal account, in the personal account natural, representative accounting will be there, and the next one is real account, the tangible real account and intangible real account is there, and for the nominal account debit all expense and losses, credit all incomes and gains. real account what comes in, what goes out, personal account debit the receiver, credit the giver. With all these, whatever which you have discussed in the today's class, again I started with for you to give some few practical explanation. I have discussed with two transactions. The first transactions regarding are related with the personal account and real account. Now, the second transactions, the real account and nominal account. So, whatever which you have discussed in the today's class, which is most important when you are coming for tomorrow's class. So, when you are going to come for tomorrow's class, these are the basic formulas which is most important. If you are well known with these formulae, including the examples, which is very easy for us to work out more number of problems related to the basic concepts of accounting. And from this journal only, let you have to do the ledger and trial balance, and at the end the final accounts. In the final accounts, the balance sheet which shows that the financial position of the company. The chapter which is not yet completed, we need to continue by doing more number of practical problems. So, again I once again welcome or thankful to you all. When you are coming for next class, whatever which you have discussed in the today's class, please be revised and come. Thanks for your cooperation. Thank you.